5 heads of income: income from salary, income from house property, income from capital gain, income from business and profession, and income from other sources. Closely held company, widely held company, Indian company, and foreign company. So these are all the different types of companies what we determine under income tax authority or income tax purview. Self-assessment, summary assessment, regular assessment, best judgment assessment. Yes, these are all the different assessments what we have under types of assessments. Hello everyone, I am Arun Kumar, lecturer in Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Dear students, in today's session, we will be knowing about the subject Income Tax 2, which is there for 4th semester BCom students who are studying under University of Mysuru. So if you look into the syllabus, totally we have 6 units under this subject, that is Income Tax 2. So unit number 1 deals with income from capital gains. Yes, under unit number 1, we will be knowing about income from capital gains. Unit number 2, it deals with income from other sources. Unit number 3 deals with assessment of individuals. And unit number 4, assessment of partnership firm. Unit number 5, it deals with assessment of company. And the last unit, 6th unit, it deals with assessment procedure. So if you look into in-depth about each and every chapter, you'll get to know what and all we are going to learn under each unit. So moving on to the first unit, that is income from capital gain. In this unit, you'll be learning about the meaning of capital gains. What does it really mean? The meaning of capital gain and types of capital assets. Yes, mainly we have long-term capital asset and short-term capital asset. So what is the meaning of long-term capital asset and what is the meaning of short-term capital asset? About this we are going to learn. And transfer. Yes, what is the meaning of transfer? For what we will say transfer. For example, I'm going to transfer my vehicle document to the third party or to some other party, whether that is called transfer, or selling my property to the other party, whether that is called transfer. About this we are going to learn. And cost of acquisition. Yes, what is the meaning of cost of acquisition? What does it really mean? And cost of improvement and types of capital gains. Yes, long-term capital gain, short-term capital gain. So when we will say it as long-term capital gain or when we will say it as short-term capital gain, that we will be learning. And exemptions for individual assessee. Yes, few exemptions we have under income from capital gain for individual assessee. So which are those exemptions we have under income from capital gain? Next, computations. So computations is nothing but solving some problems. So first we will be knowing about the theoretical aspects which comes under income from capital gain. Thereafter we will be solving few problems based on income from capital gain. So if we get to know all theoretical aspects of income from capital gain, then easily we can solve the problem. So first we will be learning the theoretical aspects about what is the meaning of capital gain, what is types of capital assets, and what is transfer, cost of acquisition, cost of improvement, types of capital gains, and exemptions available for individuals. After knowing these all theoretical aspects, we will be solving few problems under this concept. Moving on to the next unit, that is unit 2, income from other sources. So in income from other sources, we will be learning about set off and carry forward of losses. Yes, theory only. That means we will not be solving any problems with respect to this concept, that is set off and carry forward of losses. Just we will be learning the theoretical aspects for what we will say set off and for what we will say carry forward of losses. So how to do this set off and carry forward of losses, we will be learning the theoretical aspects. And we also learn about computation of income from other sources. Yes, we will be doing some problems based on the concept income from other sources. We will be solving few problems, how to compute the problems or how to know about the exemptions, what are all the exemption limits we have under income from other sources. So how to implement those exemption limits under this particular head of income, that we will be learning and we will be solving few problems with respect to income from other sources. That is unit number 2. Unit number 3 It deals with assessment of individual. Yes, individual is nothing but an individual person, an individual or association of person or Hindu undivided family, HUF. So for individuals, mainly we have 5 heads of income. That is income from salary we have. Next, income from house property. Next, income from capital gain, income from business and profession, and income from other sources. Yes, totally we have 5 heads of income. Income from salary, income from house property, income from capital gain, income from business and profession, and income from other sources. So these 5 heads of incomes are related to individual person. So how to compute the value under each head of income and how to total the value? What are all the deductions we have under assessment of individual? So about that we are going to learn under unit number 3. That is individual application of deduction under section 80C to 80U. Yes, after completely computing. Okay. After computing the total value by adding all these 5 heads of income, we are supposed to give some deductions under section 80C to 80U. So which are those deductions and what is the limit? What is the monetary limit under each and every sections? With respect to 80C, what is the maximum deduction we can give? With respect to 80D, what is the maximum deduction we can give? With respect to 80C, what is the conditions is supposed to fulfill to claim the deduction under section 80G? With respect to 80U, what and all the conditions you are supposed to fulfill? About that we are going to learn. And section 87A, computation of tax liability. Yes, we will also be learning about section 87A and computation of tax liability. Rebate under section 87A, when an individual person income is less than 5 lakh. Okay, if he is earning less than 5 lakh rupees, you will be getting a rebate under section 87A. So what and all the conditions we have with respect to section 87A, that we will be knowing under this unit. And computation of tax liability. So how to compute the tax liability? Yes, obviously hope all of you know we have slab rate under income tax purview, right? Up to 2 lakh 50, 2 lakh 50 to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, above 10 lakh, we have slab rate, right? At present in the new tax regime, up to 2 lakh 50, 2 lakh 50 to 5 lakh, 5 lakh to 7.5, 7.5 to 10 lakh. Like this we have different slab rates. So by using that slab rates, how to compute the tax liability, that we will be learning under unit number 3, that is assessment of individual. Moving on, unit number 4, assessment of partnership firm. Unit number 4, assessment of partnership firm. 2 or more people will be doing the business. So how they are going to pay the tax, on what basis, what and all the conditions they have, that we will be learning under this unit. So definition of firm, yes, what does it really mean? The meaning of firm will be learning. And partners under section 2 subsection 23. Yes, the meaning of partners with respect to income tax. See, in general, knowing the meaning of partners, it is different. But with respect to income tax, to know the meaning of partner, it's different. We have our own definition for the word partner. So that we will be knowing under this unit. And the residential status and conditions under section 184. Yes, we are going to learn the conditions which are there to know the residential status of a partner or the partnership firm under section 184. Next, provisions under section 40 subsection B. We have some provisions with respect to partnership firm under section 40 subsection B. So what and all the provisions we have, whether it is helpful or not, how to claim those provisions, how to take the advantage under that provisions, that and all we will be learning. And deductions from 80G and 80JJA. See, we have few deductions with respect to partnership firm under section 80G and 80JJA. So which are those deductions? How to take the deductions, that we will be learning. And alternate minimum tax, and in short it is also called AMT, alternate minimum tax or AMT. So how to calculate alternate minimum tax, on what basis, and what are the conditions we are supposed to look into while computing the AMT, that we will be knowing. And computation of tax liability of firm. Yes, at the end, after knowing the meaning of each and every word or the concept. Then we'll be solving the problems. After solving the problems, we'll get some income from partnership firm. On that income, we are supposed to calculate the tax liability. So on what basis we are supposed to calculate the tax liability? What and all the rates we have under assessment of partnership firm. So that we will be learning under unit number 4. So moving on to unit number 5, assessment of company. Under assessment of company, we will be learning the definition of company. What is the meaning of company under income tax? And closely held company, widely held company, Indian company and foreign company. So these are all the different types of companies what we determine under income tax authority or income tax purview. So with respect to that, we are going to learn what is the meaning of closely held company and what is the meaning of widely held company and what is Indian company, actual meaning of Indian company and the meaning of foreign company, and the residential status of company. Yes, the residential of status of company is very much important in order to impose the tax. Okay, in order to impose the tax, the residential status of a company is very much important. So on what basis we are going to determine the residential status of a particular company, that we will be looking into in this particular unit. Next, applicable deductions under section 80G and 80JJA. So few deductions are applicable to companies under section 80G and 80JJA. So to take these deductions, what and all the conditions they are supposed to fulfill, that we will be learning. And computation of tax liability. Computation of tax liability. So after knowing all the theoretical aspects, we will be solving few problems on the basis of computation of tax liability with respect to companies. So moving on to unit number 6, assessment procedure. Yes, after finding out our financial position, like whether we are in profit or in loss, okay, we are supposed to go through under assessment procedure. Then only we will be able to pay the tax to the government. So with respect to that, PAN, that is permanent account number. So what does it really mean? Why it is important? Who are all supposed to own this PAN card? Okay, that we'll be learning. And quoting of Aadhaar number. Yes, quoting of Aadhaar number with respect to income tax purview or with respect to income tax authority. Why it is important, that we'll be learning. And types of assessment. Yes, what are all the types of assessments we have, that we'll be learning. And self-assessment, summary assessment, regular assessment, best judgment assessment. Yes, these are all the different assessments what we have under types of assessments. This we will be learning each and every type in depth. Next, income tax authorities. Yes, we'll be learning about the income tax authorities. Overall comes under the income tax authority, that we'll be learning. And classes of authorities, like in management we'll be having top level, middle level and lower level management. In the same way we have different classes of authorities. So which are those classes of authorities with respect to income tax purview, that we will be knowing under this unit. And powers of CBDT and assessing officers. Yes, the powers of the direct tax authorities and the assessing officers, and also the rights and duties. Yes, what and all the rights they have, the officers, and what are all the duties they are supposed to perform, that we will be learning under unit number 6. And in unit number 6, we will be learning only the theoretical aspects. We are not going to solve any problems under this unit. So moving on to know the question paper pattern with respect to this subject, that is income tax 2, which is there for 4th semester BCom students who comes under University of Mysuru. So in part A, they will be asking 4 questions and each question carries 5 marks. In part A, they will be asking 4 questions. Each question carries 5 marks and totally you will be answering for 20 marks in part A. Part B, they will be asking 3 questions and you will be answering 3 questions. Each question carries 10 marks and totally you will be answering for 30 marks from part B. And with respect to part C, they will be asking 2 questions. Each question carries 15 marks and totally you will be answering for 30 marks. So altogether, totally you are going to answer for 80 marks in your exams. So from part A, you will be answering for 20 marks. In part B, you will be answering for 30 marks, and also in part C 30 marks. Altogether, you'll be answering for 80 marks in your exam. So the question paper will be given for 80 marks in main exam. So moving on to the blueprint of this particular subject, Income Tax 2, unit number 1, it deals with income from capital gains. Unit number 1 deals with income from capital gains, and the weightage is 20 marks. Yes, they might ask questions for 20 marks, and you have to give high priority with respect to this unit because it is a very simple unit where the concepts are very easier. You can learn it very easily. So if you give more priority to this particular unit, you will be scoring 20 marks easily from unit 1. With respect to unit 2, that is income from other sources, they will be asking questions for 15 marks. Okay, they will be asking questions for 15 marks, and you have to give more priority because yes, this particular unit is also very easy. The topics are very easier. Very quickly you can learn this topics. So if you concentrate a bit on this unit, you can easily score 15 marks from unit number 2. Moving on to unit number 3, that is assessment of individual. They will be asking questions for 20 marks, and you have to give high priority for that unit also. And assessment of partnership firm, yes, they will be asking questions for 20 marks, and you have to give a bit priority to that unit also. And unit number 5, assessment of company, they will be asking questions for 20 marks, and the priority level is medium. Yes, if you concentrate a bit, you can score 20 marks from unit number 5. The last unit, that is unit number 6, assessment of procedure. So in assessment procedure, you will be getting questions for 20 marks, and sometimes if you are not so good in learning theoretical aspects, you need not to give more importance because they will be asking more questions based on theoretical aspects. Okay, if you're not good, you need not to worry about this last unit. You can concentrate on the remaining 5 units where you will getting questions for more than 80 marks in those 5 units. So this is the blueprint of your subject where you are going to write your exams based on this blueprint. So moving on to know the books for reference. In books for reference, the first one, income tax law, that is Dinakar Pagare. You can refer that book. And income tax law and accounts by Bhagavati Prasad, and income tax law and accounts by H.C. Mehrotra. Next, direct taxation by T.N. Manoharan, and you can also refer to goods and service taxes book which is written by H.C. Mehrotra. So these are all the books what you have for reference. In these books you will get all the informations with respect to your particular subject, that is indirect taxes. I hope all of you understood what I explained today with respect to the subject Income Tax 2, which is there for 4th semester BCom students who comes under University of Mysuru. So please keep watching for more videos. Until then, thank you all.